How can referees identify obstruction during running lines? Have you ever wondered how referees spot obstruction during a rugby match? It can be tricky, but there are clear signs they look for to make those important calls. Obstruction refers to actions that illegally prevent an opponent from tackling the ball carrier or playing the ball. This is particularly relevant when teams use running lines, which are planned paths taken by players to create space for scoring. Running lines are a common tactic in rugby. Players often run decoy lines, pretending to receive the ball to draw defenders away from the actual ball carrier. This is perfectly legal, as long as they do not physically block or push opponents. However, if a decoy runner changes their line to obstruct a defender, that is when obstruction occurs. Referees have specific actions they focus on to identify obstruction. First, they watch for a change of running line. If a player without the ball deliberately alters their path to block a defender, that is a clear indication of obstruction. Next, they look for physical contact. If a decoy runner makes contact that prevents a defender from tackling the ball carrier, that is illegal. While shoulder-to-shoulder contact is allowed when competing for the ball, blocking or pushing is not. Intent is another key factor. A player must not intentionally prevent an opponent from tackling the ball carrier or from having a fair chance to play the ball. This includes moving into a position that shields the ball carrier from a potential tackler. Referees also need to be aware of offside players. If a player is ahead of a teammate who last played the ball and interferes with defenders, that is also considered obstruction. During a match, referees must keep a close eye on players who are not in possession of the ball, especially those running decoy lines. They assess whether these players are genuinely supporting the play or if they are adjusting their path to block defenders. The referee must also consider the ball carrier's actions. If the ball carrier runs into a teammate who is offside, that can also be obstruction. The referee has to determine if the obstruction was accidental or intentional, as only deliberate actions are penalized. Common scenarios include decoy runners who run their line legally without interfering with defenders. However, if they step into a defender's path, that becomes illegal. Similarly, any player who moves to shield the ball carrier from a tackler commits obstruction. Good refereeing relies on clear sightlines and proper positioning. Assistant referees and the television match official can assist, but the on-field referee must make the initial call. Quick and confident decisions are vital to maintain the flow of the game. In summary, referees identify obstruction during running lines by watching for players who change their path to block defenders, make illegal physical contact, or interfere while offside. Understanding these rules helps everyone appreciate the challenges referees face in enforcing them during a match.